All right. Let's get to the real main event. Kings, queens, and emperors. Let's look at our front page here. Did I miss this? Oh, we've watched this before. But you know what? I actually do have an idea. Oh wait, didn't he do this before? Want to be in a chugging contest with Badlands? Hold on. The Nathan's hot dog eating contest is back. Oh my god. Who here is gonna go chug with Badlands? Real quick, you know what I've been watching recently? I've been watching the lock picking lawyer. You guys know about him? I don't know why I started watching him. Like I was like bored. I just started. I've watched every video he has made. I don't know how, what's so entertaining about the content. All these dudes' videos are fucking incredible, right? But the ones I love the most are the challenges. Like this one. This dude, okay, I want you to really think about this. And I've admired this as a fellow content creator, right? Because lockpicking lawyer's whole thing, right, is his whole thing is just he flexes on you. This whole video or this whole channel is he just flexes on you. I'm gonna show you what this is actually like, you stupid motherfucker. People are like, wow, this is so fake. I can't believe you're bullshitting. Do you have any idea, how foolish you are?
Okay, this certainly is a kryptonite lock. It's one of their evolutions, and we will use a timer to keep track of things. Okay, let's see how quickly we can get this open.
It took the other guy 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Took him 28 seconds.
Okay, folks, as you saw, beating 2 minutes and 14 seconds did not pose a significant challenge. In fact, I suspect it's far less of a challenge than Malcolm will have trying to get his money back from the locksmith.
I love this dude because the energy he has reminds me a lot of my dad. My dad is exactly the same. Back to the main event. Sorry, that was probably a bit louder.
It is hot out here. It's 90 degrees. But yo, man, this Sprite that I have here is oh so cold. It is
fridge cold.
It is acidy, just
it's
like
acidy.
Without further ado, we're gonna do this challenge. Let's peel the banana and let's eat them, all right?
Okay.
Let's go, folks. Oh, yes.
The McDonald's team. I fucking love this dude. Fucking love this dude.
That's 5 bananas down, all right?
Oh, that's 5.
I don't think.
Why is he eating bananas? Let's see.
I still remember what happened the last time I did this. Oh my gosh. I even stood in for the MGM lion. Oh, man. And the reason why I'm doing 2 liters of McDonald's Sprite is because y'all wanted it, all right?
You wanted it.
Oh my gosh.
they're so right. They wanna kill him. You did this. Look what you guys did.
This is not good.
Look at the bubbles.
3, 2, 1. First leader.
Alright. Let's see. Fridge cold.
Oh, so. Let's keep going.
Oh. They're shaking. The McDonald's Sprite hits different.
Man, no burps. No burps. Oh, man. Ooh-wee. That was something else. Oh, my God. Oh.
Are you okay?
It's just the acid.
Are you okay, dude?
This Sprite, and look how cold it is.
Oh, the cold. It's so cold.
I did it. I survived.
He did do it.
McDonald's Sprite and 5 banana challenge.
He's gonna end the video and then just burp just destroy just destroy the fucking parking lot with that burp. Like, there's no way.
So,
5 bananas and 2 liters of McDonald's Sprite?
oh my. That's it, folks. That's the challenge, all right? Chugging the world, one bottle at a time.
This is such a godlike outro. Oh my god, I fucking love this dude so much. This dude is like the greatest ever. You know, isn't it like crazy? Like, at the end of the day, don't we all just want to step into the chug zone? Today we're gonna play Baiken, so look forward to that. Sarah's a little lonely over here, huh? Have you ever had like some really bad like you hear something like completely off like in a song like lyrics wise? When I was first learning English, I remember I once thought that the song "We Built This City" was actually "We Built This Shitty." And I can't stop thinking about that. Man. Oops. I gotta remember how to play Bikin. Nice to that. Shouldn't have tried to date. I thought they would first. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed jump pass. That was a soul habit. Oh, that's too slow. Goodbye. I don't need to actually use H-Kabari if they preemptive 2H, or preemptive, yeah. If they preemptive 2H, I can just mash on a preemptive 2H of my own. Like that. Oh, that's too slow. Oh, my bad. I don't know why I keep fucking that up. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Right, 2H. Oh. Oh, he's slow. What? I got so lucky. Oh, I got unlucky. Nice. Oh, I tried to catch that. That was low stuff. A lot of their approach is really being preemptive, so I'm going to approach by essentially forcing RPS when they commit to the kind of nutty things like that. Oops. Because I don't really need to take too many gambles if they will commit like that for me. But with the... Oh, I missed my carry. Goodbye. Oh, never mind. Oh, they burst. There's no point to do that. Whoop. Basically, I can bank on the fact that they're going to overcommit as a default, just because they tend to default on like overcommittal things, like whiff 2K or whiff buttons into each other pretty consistently. Oops. Oops. I fucked it up again. Nice. Delayed. Nice. Oh, I thought that would punish. Oh, I should have deleted. Goodbye. Nice. Ugh, I shouldn't have pressed 5K. Oh, I forgot that doesn't work on Nago. I could have killed with, what's it called? I could have killed with, OTG2H. Nice. Oh, they fucked up. Oh, a little too far. Oh, I didn't think that they would still press the button. Oh, I switched too late. I'm dead. Oh, they could have killed me. Oh, hello, it's DELI. Oh, I should have done jump S. I would have got a combo. Oh, that doesn't work on Nago, I forgot. Oh, I missed my dash. Oops, a little too slow. Oops. Oh god, the lag! Oh, I think we're good. I don't need to go in. It doesn't want to attack them. I should have believed. So slow. It's strange, so type chat. No, I wish. Like, a lot of their approach is being kind of committal preemptively. Like, Nago doesn't have to always, like, kind of go in. They were initially going in too hard, but then they started to, like, not do enough. Initially, they kind of overcommitted and let me kind of set the pace of the game. But then the second and third game, I basically just won because, one, they were still swinging in similar ways, but then they wouldn't commit into bigger things when I would, you know, I'd challenge them. They kept on just doing a lot of the same approach in that way. So, like, it wasn't necessarily, like, a matter of when they've established the same thing repetitively like that, it's not that hard to look for, right? It's just like, you know, oh, like, if they Fukio forward, it'll probably be into the same sequence, right? I'm not really thinking about Beyblade or anything. I think that's the problem a lot of people tend to have at, especially, like, new, or not lower levels, but, like, low to mid level specifically, is that they can function with their character, but they don't know how to alternate like their options enough, a lot of the time they'll know how to use really powerful options for the character, but like they just aren't they aren't entirely just used to how all the interactions work yet, right? That's why, like, even though you can have really powerful options, it doesn't always just mean you can win through them, right? There's a lot more to fighting games than that. There'll always be new people and, you know, new people who leave and then, or sorry, new people who join and then new people who will end up going for, like, new people leave, or sorry, new people join and then old people leave, always, right? Thanks. Nice. They could have punished me. I did. That's Sway's bingo sheet. Nice roll. Oh, I'm okay with that. Oh, I should have just done TK again. A little too soon. That's that. Just enjoy the game, you know what I mean? Try not to overthink things. The worst thing you can ever do is just like start like creating doomer situations in your head, you know what I mean? Nice. I should have just done the other super. Nice. Oops, that's yucky. That's not good. Actually, this is good. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Hope you are too, Lee. Oh, I tried to Yozansa. But I think it would have led to the same situation. No? Oh, I was looking at chat. Oh, I did parry, so I'm actually glad that I got hit by that. Oops. Oh, that was supposed to be picked too. Goodbye. Alright, we're gonna focus more on approaching Kazam in the same sort of way of holding our ground and just playing. I'm not going to actually RPS, I'm going to just play as solid footsies as I can and just essentially minimize RPS interactions like that. Because as long as they default to running away from you as much as they are, I don't have to be as I can just kind of like bank off controlling the set of the pace of the match. Wow, that I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I was not expecting that. Nice. Oh, I like the way. Okay. Same sort of thing. Well, I should have parried, but I also went. I did it the wrong way. Thanks so much for the resub, Monty. I like your speed. I tried to bait, but... Nice throw. The wall bounce combos are cool. Watch this. Oh, maybe it isn't that bad against Millia, actually. I have not really played this matchup, so... I'm just gonna bank off the standard Millia stuff. Hey, thanks so much for the resub, Yukon. Oh, I tried a super. Goodbye. Oh, I got lucky. Nice. Now that they're using the air move, I get to use the air for free. Basically, now that they're using Capel, I get to do my layer 2 and force my own game plan. Oh, it's really... Nice. Oh. Oh, I did trade a 2S, but they would have lost anyways. I think I'm dead. Oh, one more chance. Oh, I didn't think that they'd gamble on run up Blast Shaker. Still, their approach is a little too overcommittal. As long as they're approaching in that way, basically, this is the same sort of problem a lot of Millia players tend to have, where this sort of the way that they're approaching is not terrible in the sense that it's like they're representing options very cleanly, right? Like jumping there and movement and whatever, and holding their space. The problem is that a lot of the stuff they're doing is they're starting to minimize, maximize the kind of RPS interactions that tend to happen. So like, I don't really care about, in situations like that, I'll just press close slash from now on if they're gonna try to bait parry. And then if they're gonna start doing that and playing around that, I can just use raw risk reward to essentially win without having to worry about being too clean. Nice. See, like there I did parry, but next time I'll just do close slide. Nice. Oh, nice. I was looking for Flushy here. What do you think about the Millia matchup? Testament? I don't know. That was really the first time I played Millia, so there's a lot more to figure out. Alright, let's repeat the same thing. Nice. Nice with punish. This may not kill. Wow, I'm surprised that won. They were a little bit of a stream sniping incident. I don't mind it though. I like it. I like the Millia players that do it because they own up. And I respect that. Nice. See? So I don't even care if they start representing those options, then I don't have to be as mindful. I can bank on just like raw RPS in those interactions. Because if I'm right, I kill them, and if they're right, then usually they won't kill me. Exactly, I'm banking.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Nice. Oh, nice my bait. That's a good emote idea. Oops. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was kind of a nasty situation. Nice. I think SF6 looks pretty cool. Nice. Nice. Oh, my parry. Oh, I thought I was gonna end up on the other side. Oh, I'm surprised they still committed. Basically, I thought they'd be a little more passive because of how I represented it, but since they're not, I'm not going to change my game plan whatsoever. Nice threats. He could have punished me. Oops, I did it. Made a boo-boo. Nice. Wait, that was guaranteed, I think. Well, not guaranteed. I shouldn't say guaranteed. Guaranteed is, it was a very advantageous situation for them. Thanks. Oops, I missed my dash again. Oh. Oh, I got kinda lucky. Super good for me. A nice bait. Way too big of a commit. Oh, but I fucked up. How do I keep track of opponent's tendencies? I can just, essentially as I play, I just like, it becomes easier as you play people. Because usually a lot of people tend to have like the same sort of habits, or they lean into each other. Like usually Millia players tend to over-rely on the air, right? So like a lot of the time, it's not a matter of like, oh, I've read everything about Kazam's playstyle. It's just, they tend to approach the game pretty similarly to how a lot of other Millia players approach it. So as a result, I can kind of just bank off that. You know what I mean? It's not a matter of anything fancy. It comes just with playing. That was so bad. Wait. Wait, what? That actually won? Oh, my bad. My bad. Wait. Hey. It becomes easier with time. Thanks. Thanks. I should have used, you know, I think I couldn't have done the gunshot super because I would have traded. Oops.
Slap. Duel 2.
Alright, same thing. Alright, same sort of deal where... Ooh, that was a really good instant block. Yeah, I fucked that. That is not a safe jump. Whoops. Whoops. That was from 6k. Goodbye.
Slap.
I'm varying my approach too much. I'm expecting them to... Basically, the thing that Kazam does very well is that their approach is very... It's secure half the time, and then the other half they vary it enough to be good enough. Essentially, they vary their options enough for it to be very strong. It's just I think the gambles they take are a little too high. So as a result, I need to play more around just like forcing RPS, like for when they do it, and then when they don't do it, I need to focus more on essentially... Oh, wait. Well, I shouldn't jump as. And from otherwise, I should be a bit slower. Is there any blocks you can make the Tommy plus? I don't think it can be plus, but it definitely can be. Well, I got lucky. Nice smash. Nice. But if it's space, that can be pretty good.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Same thing. Oh my god. I could have killed. Oh, that was kind of sick though. You gotta admit. Nice. Oops. Well, I tried to parry again, but I did it the wrong way. My bad. One more chance. Alright, with... Oh, I didn't think the Capel... I thought they were gonna fall with jump H. So I did PRC on 2S, so I stood up into the Capel, but if I didn't 2S, it wouldn't have mattered. Alright. We need to be a little smarter with this. That was supposed to be Tommy, obviously. Nice. Totally okay with that. Not okay with that. Oh, I'm sorry I got hit. I am dead. Well, I don't know why I did that. I should have bursted like immediately. Why don't you actually use 6k more? It's probably not that bad against him yet. Oh, I guess not. I thought that would catch it, but... Nice. Well, good for me. Nice. It's not neutral, but it's like what? It's like plus like 6 or 7 around there.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Nice. I'm still overcommitting. I don't... The thing that I will say that they do pretty well that is kind of fucking me up is that they over-respect pretty frequently and then they overcommit pretty frequently. So like, for me, I don't need to actually take as many gambles as I actually do. I should just bank on the fact that I can essentially outlast them through your score. It's not zero. It's like it's more of just like a call out situation. Thanks.
Duel 2.
Ooh, my hands are cold. Thanks. Okay. I did Escobar, which wouldn't have been good anyways. Because it would have lost. Nice. Really bad is always super, like, it depends very much on the, I'd say like the sort of interactions you go for, honestly. That's usually a lot of the, again, I feel like no one is truly bad. It's just like you're learning, you know what I mean?
Duel 1.
You can't, it's not like a competition as much as it's like learning together, right? That's how I try to look at it. Right? Well, that was almost very cool. Oh, I'm very okay with that. Oh, they shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have done Yozansen. I should have just went for Old Faithful. Thanks. Goodbye. Yeah, it's all about the journey. Oh, that was a little too slow. Nice. I'm okay with that bait, because as long as they don't... Alright, I'm fine. Oh, I did not get my... I did not get my thing. Oh, I'm 6 feet too late.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Well, I got kind of lucky. Oh, you can OS that. I just did it without thinking. That's even worse than against Baiken then. Alright.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Nice run out. Whoops. Oops, I fucked up.
Slap.
Just because I'm playing a different character on stream doesn't mean got a new main. I just play characters that people ask me to play. Except Faust. I got kind of lucky, I think. Well, I got kind of lucky again, I think. I've already streamed on G. Is the crazy thing. Pretty neat.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oops. Well, that was supposed to be 6 feet. They flipped up. Me. Punk. Yeah. Thanks. I think they tried to bait, but they ended up going too far. I tried to catch that. Well. Goodbye. See, like, that sort of interaction, even though it lost, that's kind of what I mean. I don't really mind that a lot of, even if they tend to get me, like, in games like that, through raw, like, risk reward, like, my approach is a little more stable just through, like, how Millia's health is and how much damage Millia does. I normally would never do wake up close slash, it's kind of nutty, but Baiken, like, facilitates it quite a lot. Maybe. Oops. You guys like how I blocked that? Still looking at chat and... Oh fuck, I forgot, that doesn't combo. Drop your combo. Oh, my face. Well, I think they could have killed me.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Thanks. Oops, I could have done another 5 feet, but I was too slow. Oops, that's supposed to be plus slash, but it probably would have lost. I just wanted to keep pressing 5k.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Man. Man. Yeah. What's up, Stick Bug? Hope you've been doing well. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. Oh, I should have catched that. Goodbye. Oh, I got super lucky. I think that was an accident. I think they tried to super. Yeah. Nice though. I actually could probably go a little more ham. I still play Testament, I was just asked to play Baiken. Thanks. Well, I could have killed. Well, not killed, but almost practically. Nice, that's good for me. I was like Sephiroth's damage. Nice. What? Goodbye. I like Testament. I have not had time to play them as much. Unfortunately. I'd never give up on Bob from Tekken. Damn, I'm impressed. I'm impressed you remembered that. Did you guys know I love Bob from Tekken? I think Bob is like one of the coolest characters. I think Bob is legit like one of the coolest Tekken characters like ever.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Nice. There's no King or Armor King. Armor King is really cool too. Oh no, you weren't supposed to go that way. Nice. I hate, that's like my least favorite thing about streaming by far. It's like I stream a character, like someone asks me to play a character, I'm like, you know what, fine, it'll be fun. And then I just immediately someone's like, oh, why'd you drop your character? I didn't, I swear. I didn't, someone just asked me to play. Oh, I thought that would work. I'm sorry. That was so nasty.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Hey. This used to be a spamming stream, so true.
Duel 1.
The Romola Hot, you know, the Romola Johnny hasn't existed for like 7 years at this point. I'm so sorry. Oh. No spam, what's the point? Oh, I got kinda lucky. Oh. I guess I didn't get lucky.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Thanks. Oh god, I'm surprised they did that. Again, same sort of thing. I don't really mind because it just works in my favor.
Slap. Duel 3. Let's rock.
Thanks. Oh wait, I forgot. You can just space yourself so that's plus, right? So you actually you can make 6k plus actually. Sorry, that's what you want to do. Focus less on making, like, playing around Tatami and focus more on using 6k. Sorry, it's been a while since I played this character. It can be, I think, up to +4. +4 or +3, like around there. Okay. Oh, I fucked up. I like the patience though. Thanks. That was a little lucky. I need to be more aggressive in general in the air, because, like, honestly, I didn't realize how effective Baiken is in the air against Millia.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Avash. Nice to be. Nice to be again. Oh, where are you going? Come back. I accidentally got 6H. Right? I'm okay with that. I don't care if I get hit low because I'm gonna get my burst back. Same thing. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Thanks. This song really is kind of sick, huh? Oh, I didn't think that would wall splat. My bad. Thanks. I didn't know what to combo into.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Just whipping Club Slash over and over again underneath them. Oops, that was supposed to be Club Slash. Oh, I see, too late. Oh, that was unfortunate. Actually, you know who else is who's actually gonna get buffed pretty well by those attack level 1-2 changes? Or 0-1, sorry? It's fucking Baiken. Baiken's gonna be hella good at them, I think. Well, that was a bad burst. Well, I got lucky.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oops. Oh. Relax. Roll back. Goodbye. Oh, they shouldn't have done that. They should have just kept step playing, dude. Oh, I think I get their strategy. I'm noticing when they're at a pixel, they overuse Capel and just try to like pixel you out with that. So I'll keep that in mind. Right. Oh, I'm surprised there's an attack. Right. Oops. I missed my IP. Oh. Oh, that was a punish. Interesting. Oh, I accidentally got throws. Or if I had hit close slash there, I would have killed.
Duel 1.
It comes. I remember when I was learning stick. It's really hard at first. Oh, well, I did it wrong way. Oh. Am I not tapped in or something? Wonder why we're here. Sorry. Wonder why it keeps getting a little choppy.
Duel 2.
It makes a good Twitter target. I like that. Whoops. Well, I actually thought I got combo there for a second. Okay. Oh, I have to keep missing my air dashes. I thought I could run under in time. I mean, like, you have to understand, if you're a competitive player, the correct thing is to actually just, like, play a top tier. If you're a competitive player and you hate, like, the top tiers, you basically might as well just be it. You might as well just play them. If you play, like, casually, I could see, like, oh yeah, I hate playing all these same characters, I just dodge them.
Duel 1.
But, like, if you're competitive, it's different. Oh, that was bad. Well, like, okay, here's the thing, right? Oh, I could've killed. I'm sorry. You can just play whatever character you want, right? But like, if you're like the type that just hates like the balance of the game, like I played Soul competitively. He was not considered competitive in Exert. Did you guys? Well, no, I shouldn't say that. He wasn't considered like. He was considered really bad in tournaments. So like, why would you play him over like Johnny, right? Or like Alpha? So like, clearly I know that, right? But you have to understand, like, so a lot of people are not like. They just want to win. And if they're playing in tournament, then that's the correct thing, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to do soul searching.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
It's just like, okay, here's like the thing, right? If you are the type to just like, if you hate the game because of the top tiers, but you keep playing it because you like what's it called? Nice, okay. If you keep playing it because you like a character, then maybe you should consider like how competitive you want to be, right? The problem is like a lot of people, they don't realize how, like what it means to be competitive. Just pick a top tier is a veiled way of saying I only care about winning, which is an extremely toxic mindset. That's not true. That's 100% not true. In fact, that's like, the thing is, like, you are never going to escape top tiers in a fighting game, right? You're always going to have top tiers, no matter what. As a result, there's always going to be a strong. There's always to be a strong default, right? There's a lot of differences in, like, let's say if you are wanting to win in casuals is bad, right? That's one of the worst things you can do, easily. But like, you go to tournaments to win, right? Like if you enter tournaments, like that's the goal, right? To win. It's just a lot of the time, a lot of people have bad mentalities with top tiers, right? That was so bad. Not too slow. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's it's very important. If you pick a top tier and you're like a casual player and you just do it to win in casuals, that's really bad. But like in tournaments, it's different, right? This is like honestly, this is half the problem with like discussing fighting game stuff. I've actually thought about this recently. Oh, I'm sorry. But like, it's so hard to like explain like okay, here this is kind of a bad thing to like a bad mentality to have, right? And then in other situations, it's like if you don't have that mentality, it's like terrible, right? There's so much to break down and talk about, you know what I mean? Oh, I forgot I can punish that too. You don't need a micro dash. But like, I want to emphasize this too. Like I just said, like that's how it is for competitive fighting games, right? But like I think a lot of the time people are like very quick to just give up. You know what I mean? Like on like weaker characters. No, you did not. You did not upset me. You did not upset me. It's just like I've been hearing so much from like you know a lot of Star players are really unhappy about the game, and that's okay. You can be unhappy with it, but it's like it's weird to me as someone who's played competitive fighting games for as long as I have, where people would be like, you know, like only like top 3 is competitive or something like that. That's like so weird to me. That sort of thing, like I don't subscribe to the same sort of mentality. I am always like I am very much so a you know, I'm a hoper, right? Almost always. And I think that's directly made me as good as I am. It is absolutely a lot of people's first fighting game, or they've only played Dragon Ball before, which is fine. But like, you know, a lot of the experience for a lot of people's experience with it, like with, you know, harder things or like overcoming more difficult things is a lot different. And especially with Dragon Ball, the atmosphere was different because there were also like a lot more, like there was a little more on the line, I would say, than right now. For a first version of the game, it's pretty good. But of course, like you have to work harder. So if you don't want to work harder, that's fine. Yeah. I don't want you guys to argue over this. This is like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, you guys are arguing over some stupid shit right now. Just who cares? just relax. Just relax. Play whatever you want. Whatever, at the end of the day, like you are in control of your own destiny and how you compete, you know what I mean? So like don't stress it too much. Please don't fight. Relax.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
in like the same block string like 10 times in a row. It's just not worth arguing over. I'm gonna tell you guys something from my perspective. It's very rare. It's very rare that oh. I like the him. Nice XP. It is entirely up to you with how you, it's entirely up to you on how competitive you want to be, but you have to understand that once you're entering at a certain point, like competitively, like, I want to emphasize, I don't believe, you don't have to pick a top tier, but, I hate when people just constantly complain about top tiers if they're a competitive player. Casuals I don't care about, like, obviously, and that sounds kind of rude. Casuals I don't care if they complain about like top tiers and stuff, but if you're like a competitive player and you're like known for just like complaining about a top tier, I get so tired of people like that. But like if you're a casual or like, you know, you don't really give a fuck, it's like, who cares? Like I'll be honest, like my patience in the last year has really shrunk because like there's so many people who just have such bad mentalities over stuff like this, and I thought like a lot of this was like common knowledge, right? Like this was common knowledge in Exit. Oh, I did not mean to do that. He's pissed. I'm not angry. She's pissed. So sorry, that was so gross. Man. I once said to Sajam, I was like, I think it's kind of funny how, like, Sajam used to host me, like, when I was like, I was just a, you know, a lonely Exert player. And back then, Sajam was so nice, right? And then like once Strive happened and like I started watching his stream, he's like so grumpy all the time, and I was like, what happened, Satan? He's like Twitch chat. It's like that meme. It's like, you know, what happened, Uncle Ben? Twitch chat. Like I comboed. I'm surprised I guess they did too slow. I think people make bad excuses for themselves, especially as like bigger content creators, right? Because like you know, like, it can really give people such bad mentalities and like such bad like practice habits and all this shit, right? I fucked up. Oh, my bad. Being based for 1 hour. I don't know, I'm still not as deep in the rabbit hole as Sajam. But I won't lie, Happy Chaos definitely, like the Happy Chaos art definitely did it for me. They hate seeing, yeah, exactly.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Nice, micronets. It's okay. Hey? Here's my Sasuke arc. Cause like, I mean, I went through the same thing with Soul, right? And like, Soul is like, you can... It's funny because like, people have not realized... have still not realized how to fight Soul, right? Like, watching, like... Playing Soul now, a lot of the time I do like the most basic stuff and I'm still just like killing people. And it's not like a matter of like the matchup or anything like that. It's literally just like people like they just haven't practiced it that much. I guess since he's been top tier, right? Am I dead? Okay, actually, you know, I'm glad you brought this up. So, the thing is, right, and there's a very important distinction here. Oops. Oh, I tried to catch that. Some people, no matter how much, like, you know, even if they're like your best friend or whatever, some people just don't want to. They're not actually looking to like improve. You know what I mean? Like they're not actually looking to change in their situation. Some people are not ready to do that. You know what I mean? Some people, like, I know this sounds kind of funny, but like some people are just not at the point of their life where they're mentally available. He says he is, but it always ends the same. But I mean, see, that's what I mean. A lot of people kind of do that. Everyone wants to be a good person, but they don't want to put in the amount of effort to be a good person, you know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. Or like I've talked about this before, but like, you know, when I was younger, I always say that, when I was maybe like, you know, a few years ago, I would always just like, I always thought of myself as a good person, and I always wanted to be a good person, but I did not want to take ownership of the mistakes I made to be a good person. So even though I meant right, you know, it's like, I was still not a good person despite how I felt, right? And sometimes it's not so easy. Sorry. Well, it's because I did not want to take ownership of my actions because I didn't want to feel bad over it, right? And some people are like that, right? Even in fighting games, they're like, you know, like, this is what I talked about in my mentality in the, you know, fighting game community, or in fighting games video. The problem with a lot of this stuff is, I don't remember the cross-up button. The thing is, like, a lot of people aren't really ready to take ownership of the fact, like, oh, I may not be as good as I think. Or, like, you know, I may not be as strong as I thought I was. You know, I may be a lot weaker at this game than I thought I was, and it was something that was very important to me. And that's okay, you know what I mean? Like having this sort of feeling. I'm gonna give you another example, right? So it's the one I used for maybe it was in the same video, but it's like I talked about how basically not a lot of people don't think about it like this, but it's like I don't think someone is bad per se if I don't think someone is bad if they go for, like, let's say if they recognize that they have these problems, right? That process in itself is a lot different. But basically, recognizing that you are sick and not wanting to like you know, go through a treatment, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people will be like, you know, oh, I may be sick, but I don't want to be, like, I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I'm ill. And whoops, I fucked up. Then, you know, like, maybe they are sick, and then, you know, like, they're just stuck there sick, not healing or recovering, because they didn't want to acknowledge the fact, right? But it's still there. They just, like, hit it, right? Versus, like, you know, going to, like, a hospital for, like, a checkup or whatever, and learning about you know, what's ailing you. Like, that's pretty important, because even though, like, you know, it's not gonna feel good, right? Think of it like this: it's not gonna feel good if you found something that, you know, you're sick with something, but you have to remember that, like, you can't heal and get away from it once it's already, like, once you're in that kind of position, right? Unless you get help. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is a non-American experience, I'm sorry.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Oops. Oh, I did parry in the wrong way, my bad. But see, like, that's the thing. It's... you have to recognize this sort of thing. I hope this works. It didn't work. You have... it may suck to think, like, you know, your ego may think that you are one way when it's another, right? But you have to recognize, like, if there is a problem and if you do truly care about getting better, then you do have to kind of take that ownership. And the thing is, I realize a lot of the time people may think that a lot of people think it's very hard, and that's because it is. Like, these things are lifelong processes to get better about, you know what I mean? But you can always make it easier and start the process on yourself, right? Because it's more than just gaming, right? It's more than just, like, playing guilty here. It's about who you are as a person. Does that make sense?
Duel 3. Let's rock.
little too slow. Right. I have 100 meter. If I do, they're dead. Never mind. Yeah, I knew it. The reason why I really push for that sort of thought process is because, like, one, it's just stupid. Like, the most common thing is, like, you know, low tier player, you just constantly complaining about a top tier. Again, I don't care if it's like a casual player. That stuff, it's obvious, right? Like, I feel like that's a given. But, like, once some people, like, are essentially not gapped by anything but besides the fact that they they can't take ownership of the shit they do. You know what I mean? Wow. Oh, it's good the first hit didn't work. Yeah, it's not just in like, it's everywhere, right? Like, you'll see it in sports too, like, or like other things. But like, the point is, like, you cannot just like live life refusing to accept what's like going on right in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how like broken a character is, once like the character's in the game, it's already done. So that's how I think about it, and it's made me a lot happier. Yeah. Nice of that. Nice. What's this? Fuck! I tried to jump P, but I got ground P instead. In fact, you guys want to hear a little bit of a game theory of mine. I've always considered how hard it is to really oops. Oops. It's hard to really think about like how these things work, because like at the end of the day, some of them are like super ingrained in people. You know what I mean? Like, some people are like, they had like parents that, like, you know, if they ever got in trouble in school, it was always like the teacher's fault or some shit like that, right? I was a little bit like that. I was, well, you know, Empress things, you know? So like, when I grew up, it was hard for me to take ownership of like even small things, right?
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Well, that comboed. I did not know that. Oops, that was supposed to be 60 that time. Any sort of like early success can do it, right? Especially like, you know, this is why I don't talk about like focusing on winning as much as basis for strength, right? Oh, I'm okay with that RC. Oh, that was a good hit confirm. I don't know why I did that. That was most obviously bursty. Right? That was literally a Canadian burst. See, that was why I was talking about it for less. Thanks. Oh, I'm dead. I like that you said that, right? Because that's actually also a common thing, like, I see. People want my advice, right? And it's because, like, sometimes I'll say things like, you know, oh, you did great. I really like your burst. I really like the movement here. That was a good punish, whatever. But then I'll be like, you know, oh, I think maybe they commit too hard, or like they move too much. They don't move too much. They don't move at all. And then they're like, wait, I don't know about this. And like, some people don't even mean to be like that, but like they get overtly offended over stuff like that. Even when they ask for advice, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I really don't want people to fall into toxic health, like mental health practices. So like, I am very, very careful about how I try to do it. I don't want to tell people, oh, you're just always getting good. Or I'd like just lie to them, you know what I mean? Well, not that I would just say like, oh, you suck. But it's important to recognize what you can work on, because if you truly want to be good, it means you have to truly understand that it's, one, failure is not a negative thing. Like having like bad habits is not like, does not mean you're stupid. It's quite normal. Nice. Oh yeah, there are definitely there are people who are very backhanded. You know what I mean? Like, and I was definitely that way when I was younger. But like, you know, again now I view it more from the lens of like, before I was like discreetly salty. You know what I mean? But now I just want people to. I want people to have better mental health over these things, because like, there are people who like literally cannot play fighting games because they think like that. Like they want to be competitive, and then like they cannot, because like their mentality is too bad. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot to learn. Not just in game, but like how you actually learn to live with these things and like learn to how to compete. You feel me? They shouldn't have bursted.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Yeah, exactly. Some people just like will be angry that you like they're like a player that don't mash as much, and then they'll be like I can't believe you're throwing me so much. This is why I always really emphasize why I think some way. You know what I mean? Like it's, I always say like I think about it from a lot of risk reward positions. Because if I'm just like stop throwing and you don't know why, then it may feel kind of bad. This is like another thing. This is like the other side of the aisle, right? Where like you said you're a thrower. I thought you meant like. Never mind. I thought you're like you throw things. I was like, relax. Oh god. You guys are children. Like, there is a very specific medium for, like, let's say, like, you have to. It's important to take ownership of your mistakes, but it's important to be realistic about why you feel that way. Or sorry, not. It's important to be realistic about your process, right? So, like, let's say, like, when it comes to, like, let's say, you thought you were better than you were, right? And then, I don't know, like, you get washed and everything's bad. And like you're like, oh, I'm trash. I was never ever good or whatever. This is like that's a common one too, right? But honestly, it's not fair to yourself either, right? It's important to balance the two in this way. You feel me? Oh, I didn't think they pull out jump H. I will play one more set with Kazam. I should play other people. My last video was literally just me playing them for like 3 hours. You cannot experience success without understanding what failure is first, right? Some people, well, I shouldn't say that. Some people can. But the problem is, like, they don't realize it as like a process and more of like, they think like, oh, I'm just terrible and I'm failing and it's me. But it's not. Like, it's like, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm bad because I can't beat you in a set. But like, you don't see all the shit I went through, right? Like, you just see the end product, right? All you see is just like how much I played on stream today. That's like it. So like, you have to be willing to accept that, like, you know, you are going to like, you are going to guess wrong, right? You are going to have a strategy that may not work, right? No matter what. That's a good way to take ownership of your mistakes. Well, if you do something, like, you did it, right? That's how I think about it. It's like, the thing that I was first thinking about is like, if I, like, let's say here, I'm doing 5p6 A pressure to Kazam. Even though, like, in terms of matchup strategy, what they did there is not, like, super, it's not super, like, it's not super good because, like, of risk reward. It's still like, I have to take ownership of the fact that I did that decision, right? I still let myself do an option that let that option become powerful, right? Yeah, when you mash, you mash. It's not like God is taking control of your hands to mash. So like in this sort of case, like I would just focus more on RPS in that way, right? Oops. I did not mean to hear guys like that. Oh, that doesn't work, I forgot. Well, I didn't really get hit. Does ownership take into RPS situations? Sometimes you do just get strong. That's exactly it. But like, here's the thing: you have to understand what these interactions are. A lot of people will say like, "Oh, like I got RPS here. I just got it, bro. I just gotta do it." But it's like, are you sure? Like, do you have to? Like, do you actually have to? You know what I mean? Like, that's honestly the big problem with Soul right now. I can essentially like. A lot of people don't even play like the Soul matchup still, because they haven't learned from last patch still. So like a lot of the time, they RPS into me in my like how I want them to, like all the time. Like they literally will run at me and then like just just like let themselves like play like my perfect RPS situation. RPS is rock, paper, scissors.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I think this is death. Ah, it's close. If 5k wasn't 90% duration. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, some people, they really just like beat themselves up over it. Nice praise. They beat themselves up over things that they just shouldn't. And it's not easy, right? If it was easy, like everyone could just like, you know, play like frame 1 perfectly, right? Right. Whoops. I'll probably play for... Oh god, I'll play for a little while. I don't think I've ever played this matchup. Cannot commit like that against Baiken. At least like preemptively like that. Thanks. Oh, I got lucky. Jeez, Kazam. You're fine. I did a little bit of... I was talking about mentality anyway, so don't worry. Nice match. My lips hurting, but... I like that. That's smart. I don't mind I don't mind it when people like listen to me. I hate it when people will like ruin what I'm talking about though. Like, let me just talk about how like I can do IED back jump H or some shit, and it's like a good RPS situation or something. I probably do that. I could have done that a little better. You know, I mentioned on stream, Kazam, I think how you approach is pretty good at this point. It's the only thing is I think when you take risks, you still tend to be a little too overcommittal in like how you tend to consistently take them. But I think your baseline of how you move and how you like look for things is a lot more stable and a lot better. Basically, most of my wins were not from matchup, but just from like, you know, I essentially just RPS'd harder in a lot of the interactions where you took those gambles, like. You know, that's why I started using close slash. Hey. Oh, I was trying to do something cool. RPS harder? Well, I mean, forcing RPS. Typically, most of the IEDs, I don't really mind playing raw risk reward around, right? It doesn't matter. Like a good example of what I'm talking about also, you can see in all the characters I play, right? It's like Soul, Testament, Baiken, Happy Chaos. Like, typically, most of them do a lot of... It's like risk reward into them is pretty rough, right? That's usually like the general thing. So like, usually I don't like the idea of like forcing too much stuff with how you, like, you IAD or most of the time I think how you bait is pretty good, but how you commit onto me, like even if you're right, I don't mind as much. Like let's say like watch this. Oh, he's dead. So like IED, like jump H or like baiting around it, making an RPS interaction around that, for example, is the kind of thing I mean, where I don't really mind if I get hit most of the time, just because like if I actually hit you in and I'm correct, I could win the game, right? But you get the chance to win the game, right? That's always how I like to think about it. That was a good should have done the other super. Okay, what's this? Oh, I got mixed. Watch this. That was kind of sick. So basically, my idea was I'd force more RPS because it was directly in my advantage. So just like, let's say if normally I would either just start 6P'ing Kazam every time they came at me, right? And so as a result, my adaptation was directly, I just pressed close slash into it instead. Even though like it would be worse in some other situations, I was focusing more on raw damage. That's kind of what I mean, where like, honestly, playing like that is not what I consider like knowing the matchup or being smart, but me just like essentially playing off raw risk reward all the time. So like, that's kind of what I talk about with like how RPS situations can be kind of cursed, and how like you can kind of create your own mind game around it. I don't think Millia needs to really, I don't think she always needs to be as overcommittal with jump H. like as like a threat, I should say. It's obviously really good, and like you do have to do it every so often. But I think like if you establish it to the point where I'm consistently able to get away with just like winning off a close slash hit, then it's quite easy for me to also just rely on that for the rest of our set. You feel me? Yeah, exactly. It's more, I was playing more off like those kind of habits. Nice burst. Please go away from me, Faust. Absolutely, Caleb. I do not mind at all. Goodbye. But of course, also, I think a lot of people tend to forget this. Because they tend to play me on stream, you don't like have to listen to me either. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people tend to forget this. Like, if you disagree with my idea, you can just like use as much of it as you want. But that's essentially how I thought I was winning. You feel me? I'm just here for the milkers. Oh, I'm bouncing. Oh. That's not even a punish. Oh my god, they got only hammers! Yeah, I should have expected. I did not expect them to get hit and instantly run in again. I need to hold my ground better. My bad. Oh. Against them, I need to swing a lot harder because they overcommit with how they tend to approach me. So. Nice call out. I got lucky. Oh, that was a little bit of a more situation. I'll play 1 or 2 more sets because I'm hungry. Capital H hungry. It's starting to get too fucking hot in my room. Yeah. Ain't no more hunk. Oops, I tried to reach, but I would've lost. My bad. Goodbye. Well, I didn't think I here. I don't need to commit at all. As long as they do that, I can bank off winning through those interactions alone. Did I already do this?
Duel 2. Let's rock.
could have died. I'm so sorry. I brain farted. I forgot the combo. He's that straight. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. Shoutouts to Herman. Oh. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Shinjin? Hope you've been doing well. Have you been still playing Sky? Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to keep using 5H. Thanks. On the ski. No, I need to use 5H more in general because it's better than I'm using it for. It's disjointed at the end, so it's better at like jailing in the corner and some offensive situations. That sounds good. I was thinking about Martin recently. I was like, I haven't seen Martin in so long. Right. Nice to that. Cody's starting to do it now too, with 6K. If 6K becomes such a consistent part of their like strategy to beat carry, then it becomes easy to win off that alone. I should have done it, Martin. Or, not Martin. I should have done Yozansen. Sorry, I was thinking about Martin. And KOF, wow. Gotta do the Martin. Martin was a Kai player, and he was a pretty good one. No, Martin is a Swedish Guilty Gear player. Oh, I tried to counter poke that. Nice. I think the new level 1 counter hit changes need to be supplemented by frame data / pressure buffs. Yeah, or not buffs. Sorry, no, nerf. That'll make pressure better. Pressure with that alone means P normals are going to be a lot stronger for pressure. So in fact, this is that's going to be a big buff to Baiken, I'd say. Frame data I think would be better. Like they should change it, but they clearly already have adjusted frame data because because like, you know, obviously close shot or TP on counter hit is like technically, you know, plus what, 6 on hit now, so technically I guess they did.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, sounds good, Cody. Oh, I'm receipts. Do I parry too early? I should have 6 feet. A lot of Cody's meter usage and approach is now starting to get a little too committal, so now I'm not even gonna approach them anymore. I'm going to just let them hang themselves. Well, now I have to approach because I have a pixel, but in the general matchup, I won't be. Make it. Thanks so much for the resub. Wow. Wait. I got lucky. Thanks. Well, I could have died. Good meter. Good meter usage. Friendly. It would only be on the first hit. Oh, that didn't kill. Oh, yeah. Thanks so much for the sub, Dio stand-up. Yeah, honk. Okay. I got lucky.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ah, don't worry about it. So level, how things work in gear is moves are dictated by attack levels, right? So like it goes up to 4 from level 0. Depending on what attack level it is, depends on the hit stop, block stun, things like that. Well, so like, let's say my 2P here is about level, I think it's 0 on, it's attack level 0, which means there's not much slowdown, right? But if I get a counter hit with like 5 or 6H, which is a, you know, level 4 move, it's like gigantic, right? Oh god, I clicked close touch. Oh, I got a little too greedy. I could have just won off of 6B. No. It's what dictates it, pretty much. Thanks, Chug. Yeah, hit again. Has to be really careful with that meter usage. Oh, I almost died. That could have been really bad.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Well, there's more that dictates it, like attack level is a big factor, but obviously, like, you know, does it launch or not? Obviously, there's like counter hit settings, like some will wall spot, like that's special, right? Or some will, well, I guess there's nothing that wall spots anymore, is there? Some will wall bounce. What, the combo?
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Okay, got something better. Oh, I fucked up. I think we'll call it here. I hope you guys had a nice time hanging out. Thanks for spending time with me, and thanks for gaming with me. I am going to go eat, because I am super hungry.